Try and fail me? You won't believe what I'll do to you. Okay, so in ninth grade, I had one of my favorite teachers of all time teaching biology. He was known for his extremely long and difficult packets, but everyone loved him anyway. He was one of those people who can make any assignment or subject seem easy, because everyone was having far too much fun to notice how much they were learning. His TA, however, was another story. She had this internal power struggle going on 24/7, and she disliked me immediately when I first walked into class. We'll call her Ms. B anyway. I began to notice that Ms. B lost a much higher percentage of the assignments I turned in than anyone else, except for a friend of mine who was also on her naughty list. I began writing the date on every assignment I did, having the teacher sign it, and scanning it into my computer. Ms. B knew nothing about this, and instead of just printing out my scan of an assignment when she lost it, I would just complete and turn it in again, once again getting it signed and scanned. Side note, Ms. B was also one of the lunchtime hall monitors, those people who go around and try to keep a couple hundred middle schoolers in check at once. At least, that was what she was supposed to be doing. Instead, she completely ignored everyone else and blatantly followed me around, systematically adding each and every one of my hiding spots to the not allowed list. Me being awkward and asocial, preferring to read books than be a normal person and talk to people. Anyway, the end of the year rolls around, and the final packet looms ahead. It's the biggest and most difficult of the lot. It also is worth around 40% of that term's grade. Being very wary of this TA's bullshit, I finished and turned it in 2 weeks before it was due. Wouldn't you know, she lost it. This was repeated 7 times, I poop you not. True to my method, I redid it each time, and on the 7th time, the day the packet was actually due, I turned it in directly to the teacher and asked him to input the score manually, which he was nice enough to do for me. My grade secure, I then went home, printed out a 6-inch pile of lost assignments, and brought them to the office the next day. I reported her, and when she was called down to the office to report, she was smug as hell, telling me to prove it then. Trouble, that was her nickname for me. Her face when I pulled this mound of paper out my backpack was the most priceless and satisfying thing I had ever seen. The grades were locked by then, so I was off the hook, and she was nearly fired, eventually being reinstated but under close inspection. Last week I revisited the school, where she's apparently still working. It's what sparked this memory, and I tried not to laugh when I walked into the biology room to catch up with the teacher, watching her face literally purple with rage from the corner of the room.